What is up, guys? We have the Dreame Z1 Pro cleaner here, and this is Dreame's first ever robotic pool cleaner. Yes, now Dreame's been around for a while now in the vacuum cleaner robotic field inside of the home. Now they've taken a step outside of the box, or in this case, outside of the home into the backyard, and you have your robotic pool cleaner here, the Z1 Pro. And to be honest with you, it's a pretty good cleaner. So before we get into this review, I want to mention that I am not sponsored for this cleaner here. I paid out of pocket. I will include features that I like and features that I don't like, if any. Also keep in mind, this is how this cleaner works in my pool back here. In your pool might be better or worse, but keep an open mind, and I hope this review helps. So this Dreame Z1 Pro pool cleaner is a good cleaner, yes, but it is lacking for it being a premium cleaner. Yes, unfortunately, I did really want to love this Dreame cleaner here. I'm a big fan of Dreame. I have a few of their robotic cleaners for inside of the house, so I really wanted to love this Z1 Pro here for the pool. I really wanted this to be a dream come true, but unfortunately, I really honestly think that it is lacking a few features that it should have. Now, this is all based off of the price of this cleaner. This is a premium cleaner, so you're paying $1,000 plus for a cleaner like this. I expect it to have some basic features, which it does, but it's also lacking a few kind of core features that I think should be included on a premium robotic pool cleaner for the price. Now, it's not to say that this is not a good cleaner. Quite the opposite. Like I said before, it is a good robotic pool cleaner. It depends on if you need those features. So it might be the perfect cleaner for you still. It might still be your dream come true. So this Dreame Z1 Pro here, it doesn't particularly stand out from the other cleaners on the market. It doesn't really do anything new, but it does have features that improves upon other past ideas. Two of which are important to note. Two very important features here. First off, it comes with this in the box. This is a physical remote control where you can control the cleaner while it's in the pool underneath the water. And this is great. For the longest time, every single cleaner that I have reviewed, I've always wanted a physical remote control. So the fact that Dreame includes this remote control on this cleaner is great. Plus for that. So Dreame has been around for a long time, and they've worked in the vacuum robot industry inside of the home. They've taken all that technology to map and scan the home and put it outside into the pool. And they created this pool sense technology. Combined with a lot of sensors all around this cleaner here, ultrasonic, time of flight sensors, whatever it is, mixed with a smart navigation system, mixed with AI algorithms, mixed with path planning, is a complete system that they call pool sense technology, and that's where it really shines. Now, in my pool back here, it's not the most complicated pool at all, but it's definitely also not the most simple pool. Where the Dreame pool sense technology shines is the fact that it's able to see multiple pool shapes, even complex pool shapes. And in that sense, it's better than other cleaners on the market. It's able to see your pool. Now, the question of whether or not it's able to clean the debris in that pool is a little different, and I'll talk more about that later on. But it's able to see your pool and the shape better than other cleaners. So this means that if you have a more complex style pool, if you got more curves in your pool, if you got more kidney shapes, those Mickey Mouse style ear type of complicated pools, then the Dreame might be the choice for you to go. The pool sense mapping system is definitely really great in this sense here. So let's talk about this Dreame Z1 Pro pool cleaner here and what makes it such a good choice. Maybe it might not be a good choice for you. Let's talk about it. First off, take a look at this Dreame Z1 Pro here. It has a very nice look to it. It's got this sort of modern design with this silver and black look here, but it just looks really nice. It's got this little bar right here. This is an LED bar, and it lights up, goes left and right, changes different colors. And it really does remind me of the older retro look in a modern design, sort of like RoboCop or Kit from Knight Rider, if you understand that reference. It's just got a really cool retro but modern design to it, and I love it. This really does attribute to its premium design, its premium price tag. Out of the box, when you take this out and you look at it, it just really feels like a premium, well-built cleaner. Now, the Z1 Pro version right here is designed for pools up to 2160 square feet, so you can use them in some pretty big pools. built inside of this here is a 9600 milliamp battery. This means that you will get a continuous runtime of up to 4 hours before you have to charge it. This means that you can run multiple cycles before you have to charge it. Keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that it runs for 4 hours straight on any mode that you choose. An added up continuous runtime. Now, because of that big battery, it does take roughly about 6 hours to charge. But get this, take a look at this right here. See this right here? This is your magnetic charging port. Yes, out of the box here, you will get this right here, a magnetic charger here. And take a look at this right here. I'll just go ahead and swing this right on. And you see that? I'll do that again. It just snaps right on. It uses a magnetic wireless charger right here, and that is really great. The benefit of a magnetic charger is, one, it feels nice and premium. It contributes to the premium design of this. But two, the main reason is safety. There is no open port here. So unlike other cleaners that require you to plug in directly, there is no open port. This means that no water is able to seep in. If it's wet, it could cause a fire, and in this case, it eliminates all that risk. It just pretty much sticks to it just like that, and it charges. Awesome. Love this magnetic wireless charger here. Now, looking at this here, you can see that this is a big cleaner. It's hefty. It comes in at 26.68 pounds, almost 27 pounds. So this means that it is harder to lift in and out of the pool. Keep in mind, all these premium cleaners nowadays weigh a lot because of the amount of technology, the amount of features you get in the pool. Expect to lift a heavy cleaner like this in and out of the pool. It's not lightweight. Also, keep in mind that when you place this into the pool and you're pulling it out, water is inside of it. So this means that it weighs even more than the 27 pounds that it is. Every gallon of water that's stored inside of the cleaner will weigh 8 pounds, so it's even heavier from the moment you pull it up. You have to let that water drain out. It has water release technology, but you still have to hold it at that instant for the water to come out. Now, to get around that, what Dreame has done on the Z1 Pro here is include auto parking. So when it's done finishing its cleaning cycle, what it'll do is it will climb up the wall of your pool and park itself there, and it'll release all the water that's inside out of it in general. So what this means is that it'll sit there for about 5 minutes for you to come to pick it up and to take it out of the pool, and it weighs about the same as if you put it inside, the same weight, 27 pounds. Now, the downside to that is you have to have your phone, your app ready, and you'll get that notification, and you do only get 5 minutes, otherwise it goes back down and sits there. So keep that in mind. Cool auto side parking, yes, but you only get 5 minutes to take it out, and you have to be ready with that app to receive that notification. Now, if you've got this really nice grip handle right here, it is heavy, so it is harder to hold, but it's really strong. It's built into the whole frame of the cleaner, so that's great. Flip this around right here. You've got sensors over here. You got sensors on the side back here, and even on the side over here near the tracks as well. You've got sensors everywhere. Great. You can see that this uses a track style system, and track styles are better at climbing steep walls and ledges. Awesome. Flip this around right here to show you that it does come with 2 sets of scrubbing brushes on the front and back, 4 brushes total. Down here, you've got the inlet for debris to be suctioned into. Now, let me flip this upside down right here to show you the debris basket. I'll flip it this direction to show it to you. This is an easy access top loading debris basket. Yes, you see this right here? This is a button that you'll push and it unlatches that. You pull this up right here and it reveals your debris basket here. Yes, this is a 4.5 liter fine filter basket. It measures in at 180 microns. So this will filter out a ton of debris, small, medium, and large size debris, your leaves, your branches, insects, dust, sand, rocks. It'll filter that out. Yes. For 90% of pool owners out there, this will do just fine. However, if you get a ton of very small debris, a ton of sand, a ton of dirt, if you get algae in the pool, if you get cloudy and milky water in the pool, and you're wondering why it's so cloudy, it's because you need an ultra fine filter. Unfortunately, for the Z1 Pro here, there is no ultra fine filter. For a premium robotic pool cleaner, I would expect it to be included in the box. Again, you don't necessarily need an ultrafine filter, but it's always nice to have a second filter option. If you've never used an ultrafine filter before, you really don't know the difference. You can run a cleaner like this with a fine filter basket and it looks totally clean, but then you run another cleaner with an ultra-fine filter basket, and it looks totally different, and you'll be amazed at how much more debris it picks up. And unfortunately, in this case here, this is only a fine filter basket. It does not include an ultra-fine filter. Now, in my opinion, Dreame here did drop the ball on the filter basket. It should be an ultra-fine filter. The fact that Dreame is claiming that it has a ton of suction power is great. 8,000 GPH, gallons per hour, is great. This means that it will filter out more water and it's able to suck up more debris. It's stronger, yes. But the fact that they did not include an ultra-fine filter kind of sucks in general. For a premium cleaner, it should include an ultra-fine filter. And you know, I'm not just blaming Dreame for this. A lot of pool cleaners on the market right now, premium pool cleaners coming at the $1,000, $2,000 plus range, they're not including ultra-fine filters, just fine filter baskets. And the reason why is because it makes them look bad. You see, if you've used an ultra-fine filter, if not, let me tell you, when you have an ultra-fine filter, it will look like the cleaner itself in the pool is doing a subpar, mediocre job. This means that when you use an ultrafine filter, which is harder to filter water out of and debris out of, the cleaner requires more power. So what it does is it'll move more sluggish in your pool. You see it moving slowly in the pool. You see it not being able to climb up walls in your pool, and that's totally normal. But it still cleans. It still filters out the water. This is why a lot of pool owners should know that when you use an ultrafine filter, it's expected to see less performance. Brands like this, where an ultrafine filter isn't included, even though it's a premium cleaner, it's just so that they save face. They don't want their cleaners to look bad and how slow they move in terms of performance. Again, I'm not singling out Dreame here. There are other bigger name brands, more expensive brands that are doing the same thing. It's pretty sad to see because on paper, suction power is great in all of these brands here, but they just don't include these filters on the off chance that they look bad in terms of performance. So one of the great things about this Dreame cleaner is how simple it is to use. You can use it as a plug and play cleaner. This means that all the cleaning modes, the physical modes itself, you can access it on this physical cleaner itself. Yes, take a look right here. This right here is the control panel. This is your power button right here. I'll push this to turn it on right here. And once you turn it on, this light back here will light up. You see that? And these are your different modes down here. Now, right now, it's stopped right here. If you can see right here, it's lit up right here. And this mode right here is your standard or your all mode. This will clean the floors and walls of your pool here. Now, to move it over to these other cleaning modes over here, all you have to do is use this button right here. This is sort of your directional pad right here. Watch me move this over here. And it moves over to this mode, which is your floor mode. I'll push that button again, and it moves over to your wall mode. And finally, over here, you have waterline mode. Yes, what's great about this cleaner is that it has horizontal waterline cleaning. And horizontal waterline cleaning is great because you can focus only on your waterline and clean it much faster and much more efficient than before. It's definitely a premium mode. Now, let's talk about that online app. On that online app, you'll be able to get notifications on the cleaner, how it's doing in the pool. You'll be able to select modes for the cleaner in the pool. Awesome. However, keep in mind that once this cleaner goes underneath the water, it loses signal. This means that on the app, you will not be able to control it anymore. You have to wait until the end of the cycle, unless you use this right here, the physical remote control. And this is where this kind of shines a little bit. It's not game-changing at all, but it is a cool little feature for this Dreame Z1 Pro here. Now, this works in conjunction with this little box right here. This is a light sensor box here directly on the cleaner itself. Every single time you use this right here, this remote control, you have to make sure that you're pointing directly at this box here, which can get a little difficult to do when you're further away, and considering the fact that people have deeper pools, longer pools, you might not even be able to reach it. Now, the idea behind this is great. It is a Li-Fi remote control, a light fidelity remote control. So in the past with other cleaners, they use radio wave signals. So the reason why when you use these apps and it goes underneath the water and you no longer have control of your cleaner in the pool is because water absorbs radio wave signals. What Dreame has done here is include a Li-Fi remote, which uses light signals to this sensor right here to give you control of your cleaner while it's underneath the water in your pool. So that's great. One thing I do want to point out is the fact that This remote control is a little misleading. They're marketing it as the first ever pool cleaner with remote control, and that's just not true. I've used other cleaners on the market with remote controls. This is definitely not the first cleaner on the market with remote control. What they should say is that it's their first ever pool cleaner with their first ever Li-Fi remote control. In that sense, it's true. But in terms of all cleaners on the market, this is definitely not the first remote control cordless cleaner. Just keep that in mind. Now, having a Li-Fi remote control like this is really great in the sense that you can control your cleaner in the pool. Thinking about being able to stop it at any moment to take it out of the pool is really great. But it's only great when it works. Yes, this remote control here, I'm just going to come out and say it. It's terrible. It sucks. It doesn't work 3/4 of the time. Yes, I'll show you what I mean in a little bit, but just know that it's really wonky and it just doesn't work that well. But I will give Dreame credit here. They do include a physical remote control, so you do get points in the fact that you do get a physical remote control just in general. Now, on that online app, you'll have access to those cleaning modes, same as on the physical cleaner itself, 4 modes. Now, one unfortunate thing about this cleaner here and what I think should be included is a weekly timer function. There is no weekly timer function on the Z1 Pro here. So if you're looking for a cleaner to turn it on and leave it into the pool to have it turn on by itself in the pool during the week to clean, the Z1 Pro does not have that option. For a premium cleaner at that price point that it is, it should be included. Now, you don't necessarily need a weekly timer. If you plan on using this as a plug and play, meaning you turn it on, put it into the pool, it cleans, you take it out, charge it, and you put it in again and repeat the process every single time you use it, then that's fine. You don't need the weekly timer function. But during certain times of the season, even for me, even though I have a ton of cleaners, I'd rather just turn a cleaner on, turn on a weekly timer function, and it's able to clean it throughout the week. Much less work, much more convenient on myself. So I talked a lot about this Dreame Z1 Pro pool cleaner here. Let's finally place it into the pool and I'll show you how well it works. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and turn this on. Hold that button for a few seconds and the light lights up. You see that? Cool little LED light here. Let's go ahead and set the mode you want. I'm going to focus on the floor mode first, so let's go ahead and do that. See that? That's the floor mode right there. You can select any mode you want. Once you have it selected, we'll just put it into the pool. And it'll sink down and do its thing. Now keep in mind, you could also set the mode on the app as well. I just did it physically first on the cleaner itself. Okay, the Z1 Pro is in the pool. It's on floor mode. In this mode, it will not climb up walls. It won't climb up tanning ledges, steps, or anything like that. It just focuses on the pool floor. So let's watch this here and how it moves along the floor in floor mode. It's moving right now. There's a tanning ledge right there. It won't climb up the tanning ledge. See that? Stops before it gets to the tanning ledge. Gets pretty close to the wall over there. Now, what the Z1 Pro does first is on floor mode is it maps the outline edge of the pool first, all along here, across the steps over here, under it, not across, but near it, along the edge, like an outline. You can see it moving along the edge right here. It'll go to the corner and move straight down that direction and do an outline of the pool floor first. You see that? It's moving along the outline of the step as well. It's going to move along the outline of the tanning ledge as well. Does this first on floor mode. And now you can see that it pretty much did the outline. Now it's moving on the inside of the pool. You saw it go this way, now it's going down that direction, and it'll move around the pool and adjust itself to this section over here. Now, if you guys take a look right here, it's been going back and forth, basically this way and this way, this way, this way right now because I have a tanning ledge right here, this corner right here. So it should transition over to this direction, but it's been doing this probably about 3 or 4 passes now, going back and forth and getting confused right at the edge right here. So hopefully it's able to shift over, but we'll see. Okay, so it finally made it to the edge right here. You see that? Now it knows to move over to this section. So if you notice that it's taking its time, if you got sort of a same setup over here and it's going back and forth, just give it some time. Give it some time and it'll be able to adjust to your other section. Remember, it has that pull sense technology, so it's able to move around. It knows it just takes a little bit of time to get around it. So I'm very happy it's able to do that. Just got to be patient with these sort of cleaners. And you see that main drain right there? Sometimes it'll go right over it. Sometimes it'll avoid it. In this case, it kind of avoided it and it's going around. It just depends. I don't know if it depends on the mode or what it is, but sometimes it goes over, sometimes it goes around it. So again, on floor mode, what it does is it outlines your pool first, all the different edges along the pool first, including steps and tanning ledges. And then it goes on the inside and cleans the inside of the pool. Now, it got a little bit stuck. I don't want to say stuck. It took its time moving back and forth here where it looked like it was stuck, but eventually it got to the point where it inched over and over a little bit more to this point right here. And now it moved over along the main drains over here. And then now it's on the inside here where the ledges and my steps are. So it finally was able to move. So it's smart enough to do that, which I do love about it. All right, guys, I have the Z1 Pro here. It is on wall mode right now. You can see it climb up my wall right here on the side. It does this end-like pattern as it moves up to the water line. You can see it on the water line right there. And then it goes back down. So let's watch how it moves in that end-like pattern. Coming straight up to the water line here. I've got 5-foot tall walls up here. You can see it climbs up the water line, no issues. Turns at the very end of the tip there, and it scrubs the water line. Great. Goes back down and keeps repeating that pattern. Now, on wall mode right here, you can see that the Z1 Pro is about to switch over to my tanning ledge over here. It's transitioning from this wall to this over here. I know that it'll be able to move over with no issues, but let's watch it here. Now this right here is a very steep straight up slope here. You see that? It's about 4 feet tall and the Z1 Pro is able to climb up my tanning ledge here. Now on wall mode, it will climb up these walls perfectly fine where it's straight up. But on a ledge like this, if you have a ledge of tanning ledge of some sort like this, it'll climb up, but it won't go scrub the water line. If you want it to scrub the water line, you have to switch it to waterline mode, so keep that in mind. Okay guys, so the Z1 Pro has switched onto my tanning ledge up here, and it's moving along my tanning ledge over here, so that's great. It's able to climb up the tanning ledge and clean the tanning ledge. Now right here you can see this is a very shallow step, only about 6-7 inches of water, and the Z1 Pro won't climb up that. You do need some surface area to climb up, and it just doesn't have enough on shallow steps, but no cleaner really climbs up this shallow step. So keep that in mind. You need a minimum amount of water. Right now it's on my tanning ledge, which is about 14 inches, I'd say, worth of water, and it does fine to climb up to this tanning ledge and clean this area. So you do need some minimum amount of water here. Okay guys, did you notice that? It's moved up to the water line right here. So it is done with its cycle here. Yes, it is done with its standard cleaner. You see how it's just staying up here? Parking itself right here. And it'll sit parked here for about 5 minutes for you to take it out. So that's really neat. Now in waterline mode, when it first starts out, what it does is it maps the end of the pool and goes around. You see that? It turned around here and it'll go along the wall over here, over here, over here, all around here. So let's watch this do this. Okay, now that the Z1 has mapped the floor of the pool, now it's going to focus on the water line here. So let's watch this here. Up to the water line here. And you can see right here, it's moving over here to the left. I'll leave my finger right here and you can see it move past my finger here. You see that? It's still moving here, so that's great. Still moving. Now it goes back down after a certain point right here. But as you can see, I've still got more wall over here, so it should move back up. Now this next pass, it should move over to the next wall over here. Now you can see it climbing up this wall over here. Here's an angle of it climbing and moving in this direction. It always goes up here. And it moves over to the right first to cover that section that it didn't get on the end. And then it moves this direction here. Watch. See, it stops and now it goes back that direction. Now, did you see how far it got there? It got pretty far. Now, I do want to mention that this corner here, it didn't get this corner here. It's just part of the, I guess, the programming, the pattern it takes. It's hard to clean a corner, so that's in general hard to do. Okay guys, now this is waterline mode and it did really well going along the waterline over here and all the way over here. But now I've got this tanning ledge over here, and what it does is it knows it's a tanning ledge. It's not going to climb up and scrub the waterline over here. So take a look. It'll go up to the ledge, but it won't scrub the waterline. You see that? It backs back down. So it knows that this is a ledge over here because it's previously mapped the pool. So that's great. If you want to clean the ledge up here, you will have to leave it on wall mode or standard mode, and it'll know to go up and clean the ledge in particular and then scrub the waterline as well. Okay guys, so let's talk this remote control here, this Li-Fi remote control. You see that little square right there? That is where you're pointing this towards, and you have to get very close to it to control it. If you're all the way off over here and you're not pointing at it, it won't control the cleaner at all. You have to get within range of that little square right here. So I'll go ahead and turn this on by pushing this button right here. Turn that on, hold it down. And now you can see that the light is on there. Now it's ready to go. Now sometimes this is iffy. This controller will turn on and off. And this time it took me a few tries, but it finally turned on. The green light is on here. Now these are your controls right here. Pretty simple to use. These are your direction buttons. This is your spot cleaning. This is your parking button to tell it to get out of the pool. And this is the pause button right here. So I'm going to go ahead and point at it to pause it, but I'm not going to push it. Watch what I mean when I say distance. I'm going to point in this direction, try to pause it with this pause button right here. You see this? I'm trying to pause it. It's not in range right here. You see that? Not within range, but if I direct it right there and then I'll hit that pause button. You see that? The light turned purple and it's paused here. So you have to literally point at it like so. But here's a really good example of how to move it around. Again, if I point it in this direction right here and I push back to try to get it to go back right here, it's not going to move. If you swing it around like so, it's supposed to be better. Swing it around to go back, it's supposed to be better, but it's not doing anything. You have to literally point at that little square right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and point at that square and go backwards. See that? Now it's moving backwards right there. Great. Now to go backwards for a certain point here. See how it's beeping right there? Now, let me go ahead and turn this to the right here. Again, I'll push it this direction. It's not going to turn to the right there, but let me point it towards that little square right there. Turn it to the right here. Turn it to the right. Now it's turning to the right over here. You see that? Got to point it directly at it. It gets pretty annoying, so that's what you got to do. I'm going to turn it back to the left because I overshot it by a little. Now I'm going to go straight here. Right there. Over the main drain right there. And I'm just going to stand here, see how far it goes while pointing at it. You see that? Still within control right here where I'm standing. Still aiming at it right there, going straight. Right there. That's the distance right there that you have. It's going up again, straight again. If you wave it around, it does something, I guess. But it's pretty much about this distance right here that it goes. And this right here, I'd say from where I'm standing right here to over there is probably about 10 feet, less depending on how deep it is right here. Maybe 8 feet, between 8 and 10 feet over there. So that's the distance you get with this remote control. Now, one thing I do want to show you is that spot cleaning here. It's not my favorite, but what it does is it goes in an area and cleans that area. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. I'll point it again directly at it, and I'll push that spot cleaning button right here. You see that? It's turned on. Now it will pretty much clean the specified area here. It moves pretty slow, just like the general speed that it does, but it does clean a certain area if you want to spot clean a certain area. Now, when you are using the spot cleaning, it moves in sort of this like square area where it does this little S pattern as it moves. Watch, you turn it to the left and it'll go up in a little boxy area there. So keep that in mind. That's what spot cleaning means. Wherever you push it, it'll go out a little bit into a sort of a square and then move in an S-like pattern along that square. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and push this pause button directing right at that little light square right there to pause it. Right there. Trying to hit it there, you see that? Took me about 3 tries to point it directly at it, but what I want to do is first tell you that this is a really wonky remote control. It's nice and neat that it's included. Great, yeah, spot cleaning controls, great, but it's really wonky. Doesn't work that great. But I do want to show you this button here. This is probably the best part of this remote control, and that's the auto park button, the retrieval button right here to tell it to get out of the pool. So let me go ahead and push this to tell it to get out of the pool. So when you do this, you can take it out of the pool, or you can actually switch it to different modes. That's the only way you'll be able to switch modes if you get it to park itself first out of the pool. So let's go ahead and push this here. Point directly at it. Just like that. That light lit up, so I know it's doing something. So now it should find a place to park. See that? Climbs all the way up the water line here, and it just sits here and waits. Again, it'll wait here for about 5 minutes right here for you to go and grab it and take it out. That's neat. Let me go ahead and grab this right now. Set this down right here. Let's go ahead and open up the debris basket. Remember, the latch is right here. And take a look at the debris inside right here. Pull that out. You can see all that debris inside there. Great. You can already see the smaller debris on the edge here, the little fine hair-like material right there. But let me go ahead and toss this out here. Look at that. Look at all that debris there. Small, medium, large size debris. Smaller debris. Even though this is only a fine filter, it's able to suck up pretty small debris. So you guys can see that the Dreame Z1 Pro here works pretty well in the pool. If you're in the market for a robotic pool cleaner and you want a premium robotic pool cleaner, then this might be a dream come true. Keep in mind there is no weekly timer function and there is no ultra fine filter. But if you can get past that, you've got really great brand loyalty here. You've got a really great pool sense mapping system right here. It's definitely a dream in that sense come true. Definitely a robotic pool cleaner here, I recommend.
We hope this review helps.